And I told myself, tomorrow I will begin and I will take action. And that's exactly what I did. And guess what? I felt that slump lifting. I felt the doubt melt away. My faith was transformed into knowledge. My heart came into harmony with my mind, and I'm back in flow. And today, that's exactly what we're going to discuss. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathie Owen. I have been a certified fitness trainer and certified life coach since 2002, teaching Stop the Mind Screw process. On this channel, we talk about fitness, having a growth mindset, habits, and even some reality transurfing. It's Tuesday, so we are talking transurfing on Tuesday. Today, we are discussing lifelines and how to move to a better and different lifeline, also known as getting out of that slump. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you never miss content from me. The quote of today is this, and taken from the book Reality Transurfing. The feeling of clarity without words, knowledge without faith, and confidence without hesitation comes from the unity that exists between heart and mind. When you experience this state, you sense your own oneness with the silent force that rules the universe. This force catches you and carries you into a sector where the subject of agreement between heart and mind can be manifest. It is essential that you give yourself permission to have what you want. So, even if you freed yourself from the clutches of the pendulums, freedom of choice may still lie beyond the limits of your comfort zone. It seems too unreal, too implausible to have the freedom of choice in a world of pendulums. In your heart, you probably do not believe that achieving a remote goal is down to a personal choice. However, positive slides can help include the plausible into your comfort zone. When the idea that any dream is achievable no longer makes you uneasy, doubt will melt away and faith will be transformed into knowledge. The heart will come into harmony with the mind and the will to have shall appear. That is Vadim Zealand in Reality Transurfing who said that. Let me tell you a story about a slump. Oh my, I have been in a slump lately. The story we tell ourselves can be the very thing that prevents us from giving ourselves permission to have what we are wanting. What do I mean by that? First off, let me explain what a slump is in baseball terms, of course, because, baseball is my absolute favorite sport, and I love this metaphor. In baseball, a batter can be defined as slumping when he or she has gotten few or no hits over a period of time, and his or her batting average during that time is far below that of their expectations. Every single one of us can and does frequently experience hitting slumps, metaphorically speaking. We have hit homers and our batting average has gotten super high, and then all of a sudden, crickets. And this was me. Are you on our email list? Consider joining today. We offer exclusive content and stories that relate to the Transurfing on Tuesday episode. A download on how to deal with pendulums and identify your destructive and constructive pendulums so you can spend your energy where you want. Bonus content on Stop the Mind Screw and Reality Transurfing, including mental diet resource guide, a definite chief aim template, and more. I sure hope to see you there. So how does one handle that slump? What a great question. And I'll get to what I did in a minute, but let's explain what batters do to get out of a slump so we can continue with this metaphor. Here are 4 tips to breaking out of a hitting slump. Take a consistent approach. Number 1, good hitters take a consistent approach to hitting the baseball. Consistent action is key here. As Babe Ruth said, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Number 2, connect 4 line drives. The best way to get out of a slump is to concentrate on hitting line drives. We can fall back into our habits when it comes to connecting to line drives. A good batter, one that hits a slump, will have habits instilled in his memory. Instead of shooting for the home runs, we shoot for connecting with the ball. Number three, wait for a good pitch. Sometimes we have to sit back and wait. And the freedom of choice of an actual good pitch coming your way may still lie beyond the limits of your comfort zone. It seems too unreal, too implausible to have freedom of choice in a world of pendulums. In your heart, you probably do not believe that achieving a remote goal, also known as a good pitch, is down to personal choice. So, what is one to do? Number four, stay confident. And how does one do that? Picture yourself in a positive slide. Use your imagination because a positive slide can help include the implausible into your comfort zone. So, what happened to me while in that slump? Well, at first, I played the waiting game. What I decided to do while in this slump is simply wait. I was waiting for a good pitch. I would sit at my computer, start a project, then jump to something else. I actually had monkey mind. That something else could have been anything from a new window, going on a hunt for some other topic, or grabbing my phone and checking emails, or checking social media. For me, this was not good. But while waiting, I got stuck even deeper. I was hitting foul balls, I was making contact, but I was not even hitting those line drives. I was even striking out. However, I needed to go there. I'm a member of Joseph Rodriguez Mastermind, and on Fridays at 3 o'clock, we have a Q&A session with Joseph. My question was, what do we do when we get out of flow? Because a slump is simply getting out of flow. And boy, was I sliding deep into that hole. Since our meeting was still 3 days away, I began thinking to myself, what would Joseph recommend? And then it came to me, intuitively so. He would tell me to go listen to his flow series on YouTube. And that's exactly what I did. And that was enough of a push to get me out of the slump. In other words, that was a good pitch I had been waiting for. Another sign came from my heart and intuition was to re-listen to the book, Choose Your Story, Change Your Life by Kendra Hall. This in turn helped me to connect to those line drives. How? Well, I began to unravel the awful story I was telling myself. I was falling victim to all kinds of stories. I was getting lazy with my habits. I was falling for that dopamine hit of emails, social media, and the new window on my computer. During this awful time, I learned something, though, about myself. I was listening way too closely to the negative stories and not enough to the positive ones. We all do this, you know. It happens because of that dang negativity bias, and I talk about this all the time. This simply means that we entertain the negative so much easier than the positive because, well, it has to do with our survival and safety mechanism, and it's passed down from our ancestors. Remember, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi says in his book Flow, control your inner experience, which is your mind, and you will be able to determine the quality of your life, which is close as any of us can come to being happy. Oh, and this is on my homepage on my website and the basic premise of Stop the Mind. Vadim says in our quote today, positive slides can help include the implausible into your comfort zone. When the idea that any dream is achievable no longer makes you uneasy, doubt will melt away and faith will be transformed into knowledge. The heart will come into harmony with the mind, and the will to have shall appear. I began to picture a positive slide of myself creating something for my business. I pictured myself sitting at my computer and creating an awesome presentation. This one positive slide helped tremendously. I began to shift. I gave myself another evening off and I told myself, tomorrow I will begin and I will take action. And that's exactly what I did. And guess what? I felt that slump lifting. I felt the doubt melt away. My faith was transformed into knowledge. My heart came into harmony with my mind, and I am back in flow. By the way, I didn't hear Joseph's answer to my question until 3 days later. And I had already written the article for this post, but I can tell you, he did tell me to go listen to his flow series, but he also told me to create a mind map, which is kind of what I did. He said to create a mind map, take the big project down to the little parts that a mind map will do and move from there. And that's exactly what I had envisioned by doing that. And I got back in harmony with my heart and mind. And like I said, when I wrote all my stuff down for my article, I have a very strong feeling that I will be hitting that project I'm working on out of the park, just as my heart intended. All right, that's my episode for today. I hope you liked it. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out and namaste.